But tonight, honey, you on the panel. So get it all out, get it all out.
I'm trying to get it all in.
So what you was saying last night, AP? What's the dealio, honey?
I don't remember what it was in reference. Most of the time, whenever I'd send a super chat, is in reference to a
What is
comment
it about
someone made.
being black?
Um, so I believe that most Indian people like they would never say that they're black.
Mm-hmm.
They would never say it. They
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't even want to be categorized as black. In most cases, Indian people see black people as a lower class, black Americans especially as a lower class than them. They also over in India do have um, color color issues as well, and I would say that in probably most countries. So I think that Kamala panders intentionally because she recognizes that she cannot win without a minimum 85% of the black vote and high turnout. So she's doing what she can to try to solicit that vote without telling anything about policy points or past history. But I was actually talking to Miss Taken offline last Friday, and I said that what I told her, and I think I've actually switched my opinion on this, was that it's hard to deny that she's black when you look at her, but she's definitely not African American.
Mm-hmm.
However, the further you dig into her background, there's a reason why, up until here really recent, had she really owned any part of the blackness. So I would actually have to say, for her as an Indian woman, she probably thinks that she's her position and her life is elevated higher than black people, and that she isn't black American. That she is, in fact, she embraces that Indian heritage, and that's my opinion on it.
Sorry, I didn't miss you. Anybody else?
You're on mute, HD. You're on mute.
The mic was muted, but I honestly don't care anything about Kamala or this race. You just pick your poison. No matter who's the president, you're screwed. So it doesn't matter to me.
I don't know if I agree with that either, because I think there's a right way and a wrong way to vote on this, and I've been doing a lot of thinking in regards to how I want it to go this uh, um, political cycle, and I think there is a right way because my question is, name one policy where it was detrimental to the black community that Donald Trump backed, signed, or supported, and what I have found so far, I haven't found anything that's truly negative that negatively impacted black Americans. On the other hand, we know what Kamala's history has been, and over the last week and a half, she's flipped on damn near everything that she has preached up until 2022, maybe. And there's no way you can tell me that a 55 plus year old woman, 54, whatever she is, um, has over 2 years changed her political stance on everything that she's believed in throughout her entire political career. It's hard for me to buy it. So I think there is a right and a wrong on in this particular race.
The right thing to do is not to vote for either one of them. Vote for somebody else.
Like
I,
Kennedy.
what I won't do, the one thing I will never do is tell somebody how to vote. And I've stood fast on that, and I've always said that, you do your research and pick who you decide to pick based off of your beliefs and what's right for you and your family. I'll never tell somebody how to vote, but for the first time in several election cycles, I feel confident in what I'm going to do this particular political season.
So this is the thing, right? So when so having political views is one thing. We can definitely say that we disagree with political views, but you can't just take away somebody's blackness just because you don't like them or you feel like they're not black enough. Now I do believe that people can be out of touch with their blackness, right? They could not work, but you can't just take, we can say same thing from, like we say, like I think mistaken brings up Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey never talks much about being black, but she has a black dad. So whether she likes it or not, she's got black blood, right? And so we can just say that they're just out of touch, but we can't just say, okay, they're not black, because the reality of the situation is her mom is an Indian, a darker skinned Indian. We know how that is in India. Her dad is the Jamaican, a Jamaican. I would assume Afro Jamaican by the way he looks. And when you think about the 80s and 90s, people did not dissect their ethnicity the way they do now. I think Tiger Woods may have started that crap. Remember how he was like, I'm Blasian, and we like, what the hell is that? Nobody's ever done that. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you was either black or you was white. And maybe there was some places there were
Hispanic. Those were the three.
Those
Either
were
black or Hispanic. You fell in
go
those.
all into, oh, my mama is that started later in life. You know what I'm saying? So, and let's just say, even if it did start early in life, no matter what you call yourself, you got to think about how society sees you. If you have color, I don't care what you call yourself, you're going to have a black experience, because it ain't about what you see, it's about what everybody else sees. And at the end of the day, whether they're Indian or not, they have a minority experience. She is not a minority. And we are all minorities just trying to figure this whole thing out, right? Now, if we battle policy, that's a totally different, like you said, okay, there's some things I don't agree with, and that's how we need to be voting anyhow. It shouldn't be about the color of their skin. It shouldn't be about anything other than that. But when we sit here and argue about who's black, who's not, like, what? It's like, oh, I don't like them, so they ain't black, or they're out of touch with being black. You ain't act black because black comes with an act. You ain't act black since you was 15, 20, so you're not black enough. What?
The problem is,
who gives people power to take away people's black? And what does black look like?